here. Let's see, today is January 20th. It happens to be one of my best friend's birthdays. He just turned 50, so happy birthday. And of course this video probably won't come out until sometime at the end of next summer. I am sitting in my office today doing some planning for crossing the Columbia River Bar. So we're planning on having the boat down there from mid-June to mid-July. I don't want to be down there in August because buoy 10 fishery is can be kind of a fiasco with lots of crowded boats around, and also mooring is harder to get. So I've looked at some soft tides. I've identified a few different weeks, and our plan will be to cross the bar in the mornings at high slack. Get outside, spend a few hours outside depending on the conditions, and coming back in planning to cross either at a low slack and get the push of the tide. Potentially, if the low slack has poor conditions on the bar, we'd have to stay outside until high slack, and then fight our way, once we're across the bar, fight our way up the current in the Columbia. So I'm putting a lot of thought into this, and I might be overdoing it, overthinking it a little bit, but the more planning I can do on this, and sharing this stuff with Kara, it's going to make her feel a little more comfortable about going across the bar, because I think she has some fear about it. I think that's justifiable. But people cross that bar all the time in small boats, and we have a boat that's capable. We just have to plan and be ready for what we need to be ready for. And so that's what I'm doing, is just getting some plans together, and kind of looking forward to this summer.
It had been a week since Kara and I brought Cabernet to Astoria, and I took the bus down to make a first crossing with a high school friend who spends a lot of time on the ocean off Gerhardt and Canada Beach in his dory. Kara would come down in another day for her first crossing.
All right, just got off the bus. I'm in Astoria. That was a fun ride. I've ridden the bus to the beach since I was a kid. The bridge is down there, so marina's on the other side of the bridge. I got a little ways to go, but not bad.
Buoy 29 off the Columbia River mouth. Wind south at 10 knots. Seas 5 feet at 16 seconds. Buoy 89 located at 46 northwest with the waters from Cape Shorewater, Washington to Cascade Head, Oregon, out 10 nautical miles. Tonight, south wind at 10 to 15 knots with gusts to 20 knots, easing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Wind waves south 2 feet at 4 seconds. Southwest swell 5 feet at 10 seconds. Showers before dark. Patchy fog.
It's 5:46 in the morning. We're just pushing off from Astoria to get down to the bar at low slack. It's a negative tide today, but the swell is super small, 2 feet at like 13 or 12 seconds. So this will be Kara's first day going across the bar, my second trip. The last time I went across 2 days ago, 5 foot swell, 10 seconds. And that's maybe about as much as I'd want to do, but at this point in my career. It's kind of a gray morning, a little bit of wind. This should probably burn off later, so we're going to head out. Low slacks at 6:30 about, down near the bar, and we'll pop outside, hang out for about an hour, and then head back on the flood. Max floods at 10:30, and the slack high down there is 12 something. Had some vibration in the engine the other day, and so we had the boat pulled out. Just had it taken out just to make sure the prop and everything looked good. Everything looked good. It's pretty much between 2200 and 2800 RPM. We got a vibration that we haven't had before. Just haven't been able to track it down. So, but other than that, the boat's running great. So we are on our way We're at already heading 6.9 knots with the current, the ebb out. So that's pretty good. It'll be fun to get Kara outside the other day when I was out. It was just really nice to be able to set the sails and not worry about running into the shoreline in the next 5 minutes, or a wing wall or a ship or anything like that. It just seems so wide open outside. But it's a long haul to get there from here. So back behind us there's a boat you can maybe see. That's the entrance to Warrenton. There's a long channel that goes into the boatyard there by the marina. That's a good place to put in if you're fishing buoy 10. Then right over here is a kind of a log operation. Off of that wall there, currents get pretty gnarly. I've been over there fishing before, but I've seen a lot of people catch fish over there. Of course, I've seen people catch fish all over the place out here. And then down there in front of us a little ways, that's Hammond. Kind of where those gray condos are, way into the distance. And again, I don't know how well that'll show up on a GoPro. We're making pretty good time. We're still at 7 knots. I think we'll be outside by 7:45. Outside by 7:45, so that's a 2-hour run. That's not bad. A lot of fishermen heading out. Pete, what do you think, boy? Are you salty? Are you a salty sea dog, boy? What a good boy. There's buoy 10 right there. Pretty uneventful little buoy for being such a infamous buoy. Outside under sail. Pretty dang cool. It's a different feel.
And it's a different feel, and it's funny because like the water is smooth and
Yeah.
then it's ripply over here.
Yeah. Well, that's that rip line. So it's where two kind of currents are coming together. A lot of times you'll see like birds will be kind of fishing in those areas because all the bait fish, like kind of like a place where everything happens.
Right.
What do you think, Pete?
I'm kind of chilly, Dave.
Do you want to go inside?
I do. I need to help my baby brother. I need to be his guide dog. His therapy dog.
Hi, Pete. What a good boy.
And we have rolling. I compare this to what it must feel like to be a piece of cork in water.
How does it feel? It's just a nice mellow wind. Where are the dolphins? There's supposed to be dolphins right here. Where are they?
There's that swell. Totally saw
Yeah, it's funny because I can see it, and it looks like some of those videos you see, but of course this is like super small. But still, it's like, oh, okay, now I see. Like, yeah. Pete, don't go back there. Think about all those people up there at the lighthouse going, look, a sailboat. Hey, buddy.
Buddy, get down.
Buddy, what are you doing?
Get down.
I'm getting off of this vessel. I'm tired of being on a vessel. Now Buddy's more happy. He wasn't happy earlier.
He did settle down there.
Jay here. Alright, that's buoy 10 right there, which kind of, I think unofficially is the beginning of the bar. So we are back inside. We've had worse weather in St. Helens.
Yeah.
Pillar Rock for sure. All that. A little bit of wind to push us back in. We're riding the tide, going 4.3 knots. We're not in a hurry. This is kind of fun. So fishermen keep coming back in. They started coming in early, like the first kind of group of people coming back were probably about 9 a.m. Most of them went out about 6:30, so I'm sure there were some limits to be had. And a year in the making. So we did it. And we've got a couple more weeks down here, so we've got some other adventures, and I'm sure we'll have this little GoPro with us. Do some more footage of whatever. Nice to ride the ingoing current. I thought when we came back in that the wind would shift to northwest and we'd be pushed back in, but we have a great south wind and we're in a perfect kind of a close reach that's lined up perfectly with the channel, and we were going to be able to go like, I don't know, at least 5 nautical miles like this, just like this, on a perfect heel. Perfect, just a little run upriver, and we're going 6.3 knots. So that's awesome. The unexpected surprises of the day. So we're nearing the asteroid bridge. We've had nothing but good wind the whole way up. Our slowest, I think, was about 2 knots for a little while. And I almost put on the motor, but didn't, and I'm glad. So we basically sailed all the way from the outside jaws, and we're about to go under the asteroid bridge. So the plan is we're going to go up under the bridge in a blaze of glory, and then take down the head sail, start up the engine, turn it around into the wind, take down the main, and hopefully we don't lose too much ground where the marina is, because the tide is now going up. But that was a perfect sail
That was
all the way back.
pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. We did it.
There we go. Oh my God.
All right, so I'm gonna turn this camera off, take down the head sail, and then we'll start up the engine, and then we'll figure out what else we need to do. Sail on.